Uh-oh, I lost Ernest.
Ernest fell off the face of the earth, man. What the heck happened? He'll be with us shortly. Sorry I was late, everybody.
Hey, Mark, I hope everything is, we won't get into the details, but I hope everything is
Yeah,
working out. So we'll talk
we're
later.
we're
But
yeah, we're getting there.
okay. Yeah, pretty good stuff Ernest is talking about.
Where
It is old school. There, he's
There you
back.
go,
The
sir.
man's
And I
back. Look
apologize.
at him.
I got,
I
Hallelujah.
started clicking on things I never clicked on before. So
I touched the screen and Ernest came alive. Ernest Ainsley's
I,
here.
I, I got kicked out.
Oh, hallelujah. I touched it. You came back.
sorry about that, everybody. But
Sorry, guys.
what were we talking about when I lost you?
Uh, let me shut that alarm off. I didn't know if you could. Uh, I got a
Oh,
dog
my.
bark on the alarm.
I love it, man. This is
But
what I
no,
love about Ernest, man, because what you see is what you get. And,
yeah.
he just tells it the way it is.
Again, I
Well,
just want to make sure everybody's getting Ernest's email. If they have questions, concerns, want to know more about what he's doing, has specific questions.
Absolutely. Do check him out.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that scrolling across the top there. So tag and share if you have specific needs around business financing uh, options. He's the man. Uh, Again, you can share a little bit more about your role. You're not the lender. You're the broker. You're the
I'm
conduit, right?
a broker. Um, I do have a two-pronged project. I do work with people who are looking to start their own agency. They can call me or email me.
Right.
We can sit down and talk. I usually work with professionals. It's not easy and it's not for everybody, as well as alternative funding isn't for everybody. Neither is working with an agency. Okay, so I really have to know the mindset of certain people to see if this is a good fit for them. Back to funding good debt, bad debt. It's like we were talking about before I went AWOL. If the conversation that we have with a business owner reveals too many red flags, I don't want to push that prospect into an application because it might not help them. I explain the problem areas, and when possible, I help them develop a plan to improve those conditions and say, let's come back and look at it in 30 days. Let's say they had too many NSFs, non-sufficient funds, and that happens. If they've had 12, 11, 12, 13 out of 20 banking days, that's over 50% NSF. So I'll say let's work on that first. Let's get your positive balance back up before you make an application, because I know what the underwriters are going to say. They're going to look at me and they're going to call me up on the phone. Ernest, what are you doing sending us a bad application? Uh, it's not everybody. I had one guy that was looking to start a burrito truck, one of those food trucks. He was wanting to start up. I said, can't help you. Sorry. He had money. Him and his wife had money. They both had money and they had experience. But he also had a lot of NSFs and short days and negative balances, which if he had been put into a joint application with his wife, it wouldn't have gone through. So I had to say, well, maybe your wife can apply if she has a history. There again, we have to fall back to that anywhere from 3 months to 2 years rule being in business. They couldn't qualify. So there's just some people I can't help.
Right.
It's all about risk.
It is.
It's all
Now,
about the risk, and
the
the higher the
underwriters,
risk, the higher the cost.
they do. They look at
Let me
that
ask
and
you
they
this:
this is a calculated risk that they can work with.
what is the cost of money today in your market versus, say, a traditional bank, SBA, those entities? What is it? Is it in a line, or is it higher? Or
It's a little higher, yes. It's not always a fit, but the upside of that is if they pay it off and amortize that loan early, we'll waive the balance of that, cost of funds or the rate. We don't use APR and percentages like banks do. But
In
if
other
you
words, hey, Ernest, you won't get Jesse James by the bank.
no, uh, you might
I'm
you
sorry.
let,
Anybody in the
let
banking business right now is hating me.
it, give you an example. Some friends of mine, they got that $600,000 loan for one of their training centers to get it refurbished and get it back up. But it's a 30-year loan. Well, if you look at the accumulated debt of their APR, it's probably the same what they would spend in, let's say, 24 months on a little bit higher uh, cost of funds on the rates. It might balance out to be about the same. But then again, they've got to have a good CPA. I don't get into that. I send them to my CPA and say, let her help you. I send her the business.
Gotcha.
I'm not an accountant and CPA. If it works out for them, fine. But uh, when it comes to working with a big loan like that, you can pay it off if you're in the type of business that it will churn it. Let's say let's say they get 600 and they can triple it in 12, 18, 24 months. That would be a good loan. But uh, if they can't, then they're stuck with paying out the interest on a bank loan.
Right.
They're not going to get that waived. With us, we can waive, in many cases, the balance of the interest.
cool.
And for Robert Brooker's benefit, we do have uh, some openings up there, and we do have funding available for Canadian businesses, but the same rules apply.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. You're not just isolated to Texas, or you can do business throughout the United States and Canada.
There are a couple of states, I think Rhode Island, Washington State, and Virginia. They have different legislative rules where we don't operate with what they traditionally call an MCA, merchant cash advance, for lack of a better term, uh, alternate funding. They they have different legislation. So there's probably about 3 states out of the union where we don't work in. And it's all certified. You got to be certified to do this. It takes about 2 or 3 hours as a broker to get certified. But I've had people sign up and they got certified in 2 hours and they had their first funding deal in anywhere from a couple of days to a couple of weeks, because they just went gung ho with it because they have a tribe. They have a good set of contacts.
Tax. Okay. Ernest, can you share with me how you get authorized or certified within your network there? Who do you go see? What's that process like?
The process is I could send you the link
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wanted to go and look and watch the video, let me jump in here and
Put in the private chat that link, and I'll create a.
Yeah, we'll put it up there for you, man.
yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to send you the link to the 4-minute video, which is kind of a precursor. Uh, I'll send it to private chat.
Nice.
So if somebody wanted to watch that, it's just a 4-minute overview. At the end of that, if they want to see the longer version, they can click the button below that and watch the 24-minute.
Okay.
But that gives them a good idea where it might be a good fit for them. Uh, they might want to join up, and then they'll get 2 welcome emails with their links. I'll get a notification that they've signed up. I'll definitely call them and work out a game plan with them.
Yeah.
If if they're not working, this is not a salvation. This is not a do all end all. Okay. Uh, I say if you're working, keep your job, work part time, get your feet wet. There's a lot to learn. It's not easy. And I had a call today just before we got on. And I think Mark and I already discussed this yesterday.
Right.
Some people want to do it their way. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm like Dr. Phil. You know, how's that been working? You know, uh, you know, and they said, well, I just put my question into Chat GPT and I got an answer back. And I said, well, this is probably proof where Chat GPT is not real intelligent because you didn't pay attention to that disclaimer at the bottom of the screen. It says it can make mistakes.
Right.
And in working with people in various prompts, AI is not going to replace people. The thing to remember about artificial intelligence,
Can hold it, Ernest? Can you please say that again? So, and I'm going to follow up with that. What did you just say? AI what?
AI is not going to replace relationships.
There you go.
The key factor to remember about AI is that it's artificial. Okay. It's a learning machine, learning model, and it learns about you and you learn about it.
Sure.
And there's kind of there's a two-way street on this learning process with AI. And I use it for a lot of development and emails and creatives.
Right.
But when you're talking to people on the phone and they need something, you know, they call you. You're not uh, you're not talking to an AI. You're talking to Ernest Odell. Okay, uh, AI can help me build stuff a lot faster. Yeah, but uh, it's still artificial. Uh,
So what you're saying, Ernest, it's a tool, right? I mean, it's
it
a
is,
tool.
and you and AI. Let's use Chat GPT for an
Mhm.
example, or Claude, or Gemini, or Notebook LM.
Right.
You learn each other. You learn their quirks and they learn yours. I'll get into a discussion with my AI bot sometimes, and I'll start pounding the keyboard, you know, and they'll and David will tell me, Ernest, you need to put the knives back in the drawer and put that pit bull on a short leash. Uh, it knows me, my character, because I've
Sure.
been working with it for almost 5 years or more. So uh, if you don't spend a lot of time with
Mhm.
any particular AI tool, spend some time with it, chat with it, put it
Right.
on voice and talk to it back and forth. Get familiar with how it works. You can learn a lot from it, but you can also teach AI much about you.
And I got to ask you this question, Ernest. Do,
Yeah,
are you implementing your bare bones CRM with this as well for people? If they want to get involved with your program, are you opening that up as well to people?
Whether they get involved with me or not, I'll still give them a copy of it. If they're into
Right.
sales and marketing and they need a good CRM, it's down and dirty. It's ugly. It's as ugly as my Arkansas sister-in-law. Okay,
Oh
it's
my.
just, I'm
It's
telling
just
you,
you're too much, man.
it's as ugly as my second cousin at a family reunion. All right,
Oh my goodness.
but it
Spoken like a
works.
true Texan. I mean,
It works.
right.
It's
No,
got
no,
all the
and
documentation.
that's how did you come up with that? Now that's kind of cool. Like, how did you come up with this bare bones CRM? Because that kind of intrigues me about.
I needed something. Not only that, but a lot of my coworkers over in the agency, they said, "Man, I'm putting stuff down on paper and writing stuff down.
Right,
I'm
right.
my contacts." I said, "Okay, tell me what you need, and I'll have it built." Well, I had Chat GPT and Claude build it for me.
Did you really?
In the space of 2 hours, I had a complete working system. Since then, I went from 1.0 to 5.0, and I've gotten it tightened up, prettied up a little bit better. It's not as ugly as it was, but it works, and it's free. There's no support. I don't do product support, but I do have documentation.
Sure.
And if somebody goes through there, they can pretty much figure it out.
Figure it
The
out.
instructions
Okay.
are in the email when I send it as a
Right.
zip file. It's basically about 200 kilobytes in a zip file that you extract into a folder where
Right.
you want to store the file and use the browser. All the data is client side. It stays on your computer. It's not shared on the cloud anywhere. It's not as elaborate as Ken Wall's ProFlow PM. No, if you compare my system to Ken Wall's ProFlow PM,
Yes.
ProFlow PM is like the warp drive from Star
So
Trek.
you got hey you got the VW Beetle and he's driving like the Lamborghini or something, right?
Oh no, he's beyond Lamborghini. He's way out there in another. He owns the universe. Ken Walls owns the universe. But a lot of the people I work with, they can't afford
Gotcha.
something. They don't need that much power.
Okay.
It's affordable at $97 a month. Yes. No contract, month to month. Mine, it's free. You use it, you don't use it. I don't care. It's free.
Have people commented like in your industry that have used it, like business contacts that
Yeah.
have used it that don't have a CRM? What do they think?
They say it's easy to figure out. I've done a demo video on it.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I think it's like a 7, 8 minute demo.
Good
I
Lord.
didn't show all the functionality. It
Right.
would take 10, 12 minutes to do all the functionality, but it's easy to figure out.
Right.
Uh, and I'm working on one now where you can import the files. Now you can export the JSON files to CSV.
Right.
Uh, you can send out email templates, in your email handler, whether it's Gmail or Microsoft, Outlook or Yahoo. So there's a lot of functionality to it. Uh, I like it. The only thing it doesn't have right now is the import from a CSV and convert it over to JSON, which is a browser-based data
Okay.
set. It's the browser-based equivalent of an Excel or a CSV file.
Hey Tom, do you think this guy knows technology or what? I mean,
I'm lost.
I
Yes.
know, man. No, but this is cool. The reason I call you the old school sales and marketing warrior is because in the infancy of technology, you were there with it, man. You were running with it before some of these people were born today. And it's just amazing. That's why I ask you, how did you come up with this? And the other thing that I find real intriguing is you're offering solutions for people if they need funding, and
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. I mean, I kiddingly said the bank will Jesse James you. I know Tom always talks about debt and credit cards and people get themselves in a hot mess with that. But I think that's neat that you offer something to people and say, hey, here's an alternative. Take a look at it. And
here's what we don't do, Mark. Okay, is if you have a problem, let's say you have a slow month,
mhm,
all you got to do is call your underwriter and say, hey, look, I need some breathing space. They'll work with you. They're not going to send Vinny down there to strong arm you, and say, hey, you know, maybe we need to come in the back of the trattoria, and have a little drink or something, because usually it's over. All right. You've got a
right,
high meter in your kneecap by then.
sure,
No,
sure,
we don't do that. We work with people. If they
right.
hit a hiccup, all you got to do is call your underwriter.
And Ernest, I got to ask you this last one. So, how do you engage with people? It sounds like you're using the phone or this vehicle, this type of medium, uh, but it's not like pie in the sky. You mentioned something. It takes work and discipline to do this. And
Yeah. On both ends of this business, whether it's funding for business or
mhm,
recruiting brokers, okay, I work with the Chamber of Commerce and other groups here in Lubbock, real estate associations, investors associations. And I just go and, I say, hey, they said, what do you do? And I said, I got like a 30-second pitch. What did I do with my pitch? Uh-oh.
hey, man, you're supposed to know that like
It's,
that,
I know it's so simple, I forget. You
right?
know, I'm Ernest Odell. I'm right here in Lubbock. And I saw your ad. Then I tell them where I saw their ad. So they're already open to the discussion. I don't care if it's the gatekeeper or the
Right,
owner.
right,
I have a way of
right.
segueing that conversation. Why? Because I've got 40 years experience in a call center, developing call centers, working with people, getting cussed out by people, slamming down phones, and they want to say, I'm accustomed to that.
Boiler
I
Room, baby. Ernest, you were probably casted in that movie Boiler Room back in the day. But
well,
they couldn't use you. We're
we're
too old.
back there,
No,
okay?
I'm kidding.
Seriously. They say you got to have a thick skin to work in a call center. And I think that's what gave me the edge, is because my skin is like the armor of the commander on the Klingon warship. Okay.
Right.
Uh, the Klingons, if you know, they had heavy battle gear.
Star
That
Trek, man.
that's my skin. Okay.
Oh
So
man.
I know how to segue, but I have never had a negative conversation when I call people and say, I saw your ad on yellowpage.com, or I saw your ad on Facebook, or I saw your ad somewhere in the paper. They know that their ad is working. Okay.
Right.
And I just want to send them some information so that they can keep it on hand. I said, oh, by the way, I
Sure.
said, can I stop by and see y'all tomorrow, drop off my business card? And yeah, sure. Now, by the way, what's the boss's name? And I'll send it
Gotcha.
to his attention. Now, the giggly little girl on the other end of the line, she may not have any authority to make decisions. That's okay. You got to win over the gatekeeper. If you're following a hard script in the call center, you're not going to do that.
Right.
You're going to have about 1,800 dials a day, maybe 200 conversations. And out of those 200 conversations, 180 of them are going to tell you, I'm not interested. And they hang up on you because, yeah,
Right.
you might have 20 good conversations on a verified lead, because in a call center, basically all you're doing, cold call outbound, is you're a glorified appointment setter. Okay.
Sure.
So here I'm doing it for myself, one call at a time on a DSO. I'm not working with an auto dialer. They've got my number up on caller ID. They see my name. I can call them on my cell phone. They can call me anywhere.
Right.
I'm just a good old boy. I'm right here in Lubbock, Texas, and I'd like to stop by and see y'all tomorrow. And I'll bring the coffee and the donuts.
Right.
You know, it's the easiest thing.
And what I'm saying is you're doing it right where you live in that immediate area, correct? You're not really like
right here in this chair on the
Right.
phone. If I was to show you my monitor right now, it's 55-inch Vizio HD TV. That's my monitor. Okay,
Right.
I can put 4 screens up here and divide them up. Right now, I'm looking at 2 split screens.
Sure.
So I can sit here and look at you guys, look over here and see my my podcast script, you know.
Right.
So I can see where we need to stay on point,
Point. Got you.
you know, and this is why I do this. I work here every day. And then I take a break, go out and see people, come back and work
Right.
some more.
You also mentioned do you go to the chamber? Do you go to any type of chamber events on a local level?
Yeah, local chamber. One of my cousins worked down there for a while, and she had to retire and go and work for my first cousin because he's getting up in years. So they're working out of their home office now,
Nice.
and they're in the HVAC business. Uh, you know, air conditioning,
Cool.
heating, electrical.
Very nice.
When I go down there, we have mixers. We have different functions every month. We probably have about 10 or 12 different functions.
Right.
And it's a good place just to meet other people, but it's not membership in any organization, whether it's the chamber or real estate association or investors association. It's not there just to make customers out of everybody, but what can I do to help you grow your business?
Sure.
Can I send you some business?
Right.
Okay. And I might be able to help them. They give me their business card. I put on the back, they need a particular kind of customer. And I'm always running into somebody. I just had one over the weekend.
Right.
A gentleman and his wife, they moved up here from Midland. They live about 7 blocks from me. And I dropped off a directory of some information over there to them because, you know, they didn't want to retire.
Yes.
I said, here, give these people a call. I said, this is my personal directory. I said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can help them. So
That's
you don't
great.
have to go down to Home Depot and Lowe's and, you know, work at a minimum wage job. Stay in your profession. We can teach these youngsters something.
Tom, what do you think of what he's talking about, man? See, he's taking us back, and the reason I love this is because he's using a phone. He's picking this bad boy up right here, and it has a bunch of numbers and stuff on it, and that's what he's doing. And then he's going to see people. Of all things, how dare you do that? You're not going point click AI make the call. like what you mentioned, I will also pass on. We have a national, she's a placement agency, and when I get talk to people, they may have been let go or whatever. I'll give names and say, hey, can you help this person out, Lisa? Here's their resume. That's what I do at Peachtree Corners Business. I don't even try and sell my stuff. Hey, Tom, how can I help you get more business?
Yeah,
It's wild.
tell me what you do and how can I help you? What's your
Right.
ideal
Yeah.
business?
But I'm
transaction
saying
look like?
these are people I know, and I'm like, hey, let me know what you're looking for, and it kind of opens up other doors. You give and help them, and I don't even try and pitch our company so much. They know what I do, and heck, I'm trying to get people in our PCBA. Tom knows we've had some people, but they're gun shy. They don't want to come online, and I tease them every month we meet. I'm like, hey, look, we're still doing this. And I'll probably use this one. I'll say, look what this guy did. And, look what he's doing.
You hit it on the
What
nail.
I got a question for you guys. What are the three fundamental pillars of the relationship?
I'll put it in these terms. Do you see me? Do you hear me? And do you care?
That's
Trust.
one.
Trust.
Know, like, and trust.
Yep. I was
Now,
going to get to that. Yep. Know, like, and trust.
People might know me and they might not like me, but do they trust me? Yes. I got a lot of haters. Okay, they don't have to like me, but at least they trust me because they know I'm not going to give
Right.
them a bunch of runaround.
Correct.
Okay. It's that know, like, and trust. Yeah, they know me, and a lot of them like me. Don't get me wrong. I do have a few people, if they were just really honest, they don't like me.
Right.
But they'll tell you right now, I'll shoot straight with you. I'll be honest with you. They trust me.
Right. And I'll put a plug for him because we had him on here, Larry Levine, Selling from the Heart. He's got another book as well. Uh, he talks about that very thing. And like the thing I like some of the things Larry talks about. How well do you know that person's business? How well do you know their clientele? How well do you know where they're at? And that's tough to get to know the answers to those things, but that puts you in a better position to help people. You know, so just a thought. I think
I
once people know that you care, that you really do give a damn, they'll want you to call them back. Because I get that all the time. They don't even know me when I first talk to them, but it's like, hey, I think I trust this guy. You know.
Yeah. I get a lot of calls in between calls every day, uh, and they say, you know, can I do this? I said, well, how thick is your skin? Because this is not a sales business. You don't want to come
No.
across commission
No.
breath.
Yeah, there you go. There's that word. There you go.
And I had to explain this to one of my guys. He says, I got over 50 years of experience in sales with timeshare and all over the world, hospitality. I said, well, that's what's killing you right now. I said, you're going in there trying to close them on a deal and they don't need the money. Why are you trying to put them into a position of debt? We're not here to do that. I said, it's like you're belching all over them and they say, ugh.
Yes.
No, I help business owners investigate their options. If it works, fine, we'll move forward. If it doesn't,
Right.
we're not going to put them in a position. There's some unscrupulous operators out there that will do it, okay?
Right.
It'll come back on me if I do. If I put somebody in a position where it can hurt them, uh, I can be held liable legislatively.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I have to stand before the Attorney General of the state of Texas. Okay. Not when,
Oh
me and
my.
we've been on good terms for the past 20 years, so I don't want to rub him the wrong way. And I know some people down there, uh, like here,
Oh my.
Texas Department of Agriculture, my agricultural commissioner,
That's cool.
and some of my mayors. So yeah,
Well, Ernest, when you go to the bureau, they know you're doing this. What are some of the people say to you when you tell them what you're doing and how you're doing it? What's the feedback? I'm just curious on a local level. Like here you are in Lubbock, you're making your calls. So how do people respond to you?
they say you're the only guy in town doing this. Everybody else is automated. I'm getting all these texts from these guy munchers. I
Right.
said,
What do you think about
I understand. Okay.
sales
Because
automation?
they went online and they filled out a form and now they're inundated. I said, we don't do that. No, you're only going to get one call.
And that's what happened to me with, I won't mention the company, but they do doors and windows. And I had to sit through a 3 hour commission breath presentation. My wife filled out that info, by the way. I did. So I was nice and listened. And I was like, oh my God, I'm doing a slow death here. Uh, yeah.
Now, when people ask me, why I'm doing it, I said, because I'm looking to make Lubbock great again. It's always been great. Uh, I'm looking to make it greater. Okay.
Tom, where have I heard that before?
Why
Great
would I
again.
make
Make it great
America
again.
great again? MAGA. I said we've always been great. Okay, let's make it great again. Let's make it greater, but do it in a manner that's based on relationships and compassion and respect for somebody, and having those conversations.
Right.
Uh,
which is being lost in today's culture. I'll just put it that way. Not just in business, but in culture.
yeah,
People don't know how to relate or communicate.
Do you know how many emails I get on that very same thing you're talking about? Only on the other side of the coin, we can help you automate your sales presentation, your phone calls. And I'm like, why would I even want to do that? I've got enough leads in my CRM. That's not the issue. But I know, well, we can enable you to be doing this faster and you can have other tasks. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I
don't
get
want
it.
it.
Yeah.
Don't need it. You're dealing with people one on one. When Tom Ginn calls me up on the phone, I know his voice because he's not AI. He's intelligent, okay, but he's not artificial. Same thing with Mark Gasser, okay.
Right.
I've talked to Robert Brooker. We've had several conversations. I haven't talked to Randy, but when Robert Brooker and I were talking on Skype after a show, I knew he was real.
Right.
That's the difference and you can tell an AI text or email. They
Right.
all have that characteristic. Uh, I don't even read them. And if they come in on my phone, I send them the voicemail, delete them, block them. I don't know where they got my number.
Right.
The people that are in my phone contact when they call me, okay, their name comes up because I have them in the contacts, every one of them. So I deal with people that know me, they like me, and they trust me, and even the ones that don't like me, but they at least trust me.
Sure. Sure.
And they eventually come over to my side. I can win them. You know,
Right.
they eventually come to like me with all my
Right.
faults. I mean, my confessor, he likes me. You know, and I'm probably one of the ugliest ones up there at the confessional.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know what? I want to make sure that we
You
get
again?
We need to get Ernest. I know I came in late, but we need to get him back and really kind of delve into this. You could even share how the CRM you have. And I'm not making fun of it. I think it's great that you've done that. And I know Tom is real big about entrepreneurship, so are you, and about younger people. And we all know how they're being taught. I'm not making fun of that. And it's on the technologically minded side, but something like this that's so simplistic, some people would like probably go, there's no way that's going to work. That's old school. That's 1980s. You're picking up the phone. No way. I'm not doing it. But yet they call themselves sales professionals. So I'm trying to understand that concept every day. I pick up the phone and dial.
If they say that the telephone doesn't work anymore, I want them to do themselves a favor. Call Grant Cardone and tell him that.
Oh, I was just going to say, now there's a guy. I mean, he's got like they're like Attila the Hun.
$9.6 billion in
Yeah,
funded. You
yeah,
know, I don't know, maybe half of that, even
right,
half. Uh,
right.
they, the phone is their weapon. Okay.
It's our Excalibur, man. Yeah, you're right.
Does it work on everybody? I don't know. It didn't work on me.
But you know what I'm saying? It's
I
there are
learned
people
from
looking
him.
for that quick fix. You know, oh yeah, hey, I'm just going to turn everything over and let them auto dial and let it, turn them loose. And you know,
No.
and now people have voicemail systems that are AI related because I get them. I know for a fact I get them.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
depending on how you respond to it, because I'll say, this is Mark on a live call, and this is what I want to talk to you about. I've had been pretty successful with it, but others, they just bloop, you know, not available, click. Yeah,
text
Yeah.
me, respond with text me.
yeah.
I, I do it all the time. I hear the delay in the answer,
Oh
which
yeah.
is very rare that I pick it up, and I hear that delay or I hear that AI voice. I just hang up. I don't have time to aggravate them.
How about the Google Assistant guy? I love him too.
Oh no, no, no. I won't even bother unless it's my barber because my barber uses the Google Assistant to take his calls. It's the only way I can get through to set up an appointment.
Now, both of you guys are nicely coiffed. I'm losing mine, but your hair. So let me ask you something. Do you ever get an AI haircut? Have you ever done that? Okay, just curious.
You know, it's like AI couldn't unstop my toilet upstairs either. I had to call. Hey, there's some things
Okay.
AI can't
And
do.
and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking, and neither is Tom or you making fun of AI. I think it's a remarkable tool. There's a
Yeah,
lot of good that will become of it. There's no two ways about it.
It
But
helps me with my spelling and grammar for sure.
it does. It helps me a lot, uh, and it punches holes in my logic. Uh,
right.
when I'm getting into legal questions,
Yes.
uh, it'll punch holes into my logic. And one thing I've learned is that you never want to go to court and represent yourself pro se. Only a fool can go to court and represent himself pro se, even if he has background in law and he's got a Juris Doctor. Don't get a lawyer, okay?
Right.
Dave Ogdell, he's over in Houston. He used to work for Racehorse Hank. He's a criminal trial lawyer. He'd probably tell you the same thing, but he would be full of expletives. You know,
Right.
he'd say, anybody that goes up there to try to represent themselves is a fool. And
Amen to
most lawyers.
that.
Now, you can work out a payment plan with a lawyer if you need one, but don't try to BS them. But I don't use ChatGPT, Claude, and all these others for legal advice, but I will use it for legal research.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
then I can compile my case and take it to the attorney
Mhm.
and say, do we have anything that's workable here? Uh, we can sit down and look at the brief. It might be 158 pages. Yeah, we got something. We can work on this because I've done it.
Yeah.
And usually it's so airtight. He says, where'd you get this research? And I said, oh, I'm talking to David. Who's David? It's my AI bot over at ChatGPT. Because they have access to all these legal libraries,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and that's all it's doing is it's parsing and figuring out everything that I need for a particular issue that I'm working on. I used it to develop my end user license agreements, all my README texts, all my compliance issues, my privacy documents, everything, because you have compliant language when you start putting stuff up on social media, especially Facebook, because I hate Facebook, but occasionally even a blind squirrel can find a nut. All right, and Facebook can at times be helpful for somebody. I can actually help somebody.
Yes.
And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to go out there and make a ton of money because I don't use Facebook advertising. I don't on Facebook. But if I see somebody that's got a true need and I can reach out to them and
Right.
say, hey, would this directory of oil and gas contractors help you in your job search? Yeah, sure. I'll give it to you. It's public information, but how do they know how to go get it? They don't. I do.
There you go.
Well, again, I just want to let everybody who's watching this or will be watching it to tag and share.
You got to check them out. Check
We've
Ernest.
got
Yeah.
getting a certified link. Ernest has an opportunity to work in the field he's at. That link
Right.
is scrolling across the bottom. If you need to get a hold of him directly, the link scrolling across the top, reach out to Ernest.
There you go. There's the email, man.
Yeah.
EMSGroupster@gmail.com. He's the hipster.
I can send the information to them if they want. If they want to use the short version with my ID, they can use that right there.
Okay.
They can go to watch that video. That's a short 1 minute video.
Do you want to play it?
You want to show it to us before we say adios, or?
Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Don't put that up there.
Woo!
No, the first one you put up with the numbers on it, that's the one that works.
That's the one that works. Okay.
Yeah.
The one down below here, Ernest, what has partners and the 365510503.
Yeah, that's the one you want to use.
Okay.
They can. It's got all my contact info up there. They can watch it for a minute. They can watch it. If they want to watch the longer version, there's a button underneath it. They can watch the 24-minute version. If they want to sign up, guess what? It's also free. There's no cost to sign up.
Nice.
Wonderful.
I will tell you this. Anybody that reaches out to Ernest, he will help you. I repeat, he will help you as long as you're willing to help yourself. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And I get a sense from Ernest that he won't work harder than you work. So.
Right. He's as committed to you as you are to yourself. I guess that's the best way to put it.
If you don't put out, I'm going to leave you behind in a trail of dust. I will not develop success.
Oh man.
Well said. We'll close with that. Ernest, we
need to get him back though, Tom. We need to get you back so you can share this more at a latter date. We really do.
Yeah.
And promote you. I'll do anything I can to promote it. I think this is wonderful.
All right. I'm
I'd
going to
like
put you in the back office, and Mark and I are going to wrap this up, and we're going to end the stream.
Yeah.
Again,
All right.
Ernest Odell, you need any money for your business, have questions about financing for business, he's the man.
Yeah.
Give him a shout. His email's right there scrolling across the top. So we appreciate you, Ernest, and we'll have you back on again if you'd like.
Need my phone number? I can give you that too.
Go
Phone
ahead and
number.
let it go.
You need phone numbers?
Let's see. I got it.
That right there is my office number.
Yeah. Is that the 806?
806-701-1182.
Okay. Nice.
And that one there is my cell number.
Okay. Before we run off.
So if they need to call me, it's 6:30. I'll probably be here till 10 o'clock at night, sitting here working.
Yes, he will, folks. He will.
I'm
He really.
really
Come on, Thomas. I'm trying to copy this.
We're copying
and
and
paste it up.
pasting here as we're talking. And once again, I would highly recommend you reach out to Ernest, even if you're just curious and you want to know how it's working, what he does, and I think you'll be amazed. I think you've taken something complicated and simplified it, but there's a lot of sweat equity that needs to go into this as well.
In all things, success takes some sweat.
Oh yeah.
Did we get the number up yet, Tom? Or
I'm still working on it, my friend. Here we go.
all right.
My producer didn't show up today, so I gotta
Oh,
do this myself.
we're gonna fire him.
I mean, I can send it to them by email if they want. Either way.
There it is. Is that it?
There they are.
There's the numbers. 806-701-2562 or 806-701-1182. And I promise you, this man will pick up.
All right.
There'll be no AI related, engagement. It'll be natural.
Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate everybody that's here today. Tag and share. Somebody can benefit from the information Ernest shared today. So, Ernest, we thank you.
Yep.
You bet.
And we're
That
going to close this out. I'm going to put you in the green room.
That was cool. And I'm sorry I'm late.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and play our exit, and we'll be done.
All right.
A little bit of applause for Ernest.
All right. Resilient. Applause for the man.
And we are done. Let me get this one here going.
Uh-oh. We're back. Woohoo!